It all started with a home video uploaded to YouTube, a simple recording that would unleash a wave of success and also a wave of conflicts, excess, substances, and arrests. It was just a small stage, a local talent contest, no contract, no plan, and absolutely no idea what was coming next. But that simple video ended up changing everything. It brought him fame, it brought him money, it gave him a global career, and it also brought something else: problems with substances, which we'll talk about later, multiple arrests, public scandals, canceled tours, emotional breakdowns. This is the story of how Justin Bieber went from being a talented kid to becoming a global phenomenon, and the price he had to pay for it. Justin Bieber was born on March 1st, 1994, in Ontario, Canada. His mother, Patty, raised him almost entirely on her own. His father left and was absent for most of his childhood. They moved into his grandparents' house, a family with a strong religious tradition. Justin grew up surrounded by music. At family gatherings and meetings with his mother's friends, he started playing instruments that no one ever taught him formally. He taught himself how to play the drums, the guitar, the piano, and the trumpet. At the church he attended with his grandparents, people began to notice something different about him. They asked him to sing at a charity event. That was when his mother realized he had something special and decided to sign him up for a local talent competition. Justin sang, she recorded it, and without any real plan behind it, she uploaded the video to YouTube. The video started to spread, and the rest is history. But before we continue with the timeline, there are a few stories about Justin Bieber that might seem secondary at first, but they actually say much more than they appear to. First, Justin Bieber once had a relationship with Kendall Jenner, one of the famous Kardashian sisters. Yes, the same Kendall Jenner who was, and still is, one of the closest friends of his current wife, Hailey Bieber. An uncomfortable triangle that was never fully explained, and that always seemed to quietly linger in the background.
What are we doing?
Come on, we're doing a lie detector test. Does Justin think I'm cool?
Of course.
That's a lie.
Second, in 2013, Justin Bieber adopted a capuchin monkey as a pet. It wasn't a cute gesture, it was an exotic animal protected by law. During a tour in Germany, he arrived at the Munich airport with the monkey, and authorities immediately confiscated it because it wasn't a legal animal to keep in captivity. Justin left Germany. The monkey stayed behind. Months later, German authorities officially declared the animal abandoned and relocated it permanently to a zoo. Before that, videos were already circulating showing Justin making the monkey perform for the camera. Dressed up, exposed, turned into an accessory. For many people, it became the perfect symbol of a fame with no limits. Third, Justin once admitted that many nights he couldn't sleep in silence. He needed constant noise, the TV on, music in the background. Because silence, he said, forced him to think too much. In Justin Bieber's life, the strange was never the exception. It was part of the routine. His mother kept uploading more videos to YouTube, Justin singing on theater staircases, on the street. The views started to climb into the thousands. One of those videos, by pure accident, ended up on the screen of Scooter Braun, a music executive. Scooter wasn't looking for him, but he clicked. And right away, he understood there was something different there. He traveled to meet him. He listened to him in person. And he didn't hesitate. At just 14 years old, Justin Bieber signed his first record deal. In 2009, he released his first album. And he broke a historic record, 7 songs charting at the same time on the Billboard Hot 100. That's when a global phenomenon was born. The first big hits arrived. One time. Baby. Fame exploded, but something unexpected happened too. Baby became, for years, one of the most liked and also most disliked videos in the history of YouTube. At the same time, the Beliebers were born, a name that mixed his last name, Bieber, with the word believe. A fan base that was obsessive, intense, emotionally attached to their idol. Justin was growing up, but he was still a teenager, and that level of fame started to become impossible to process. Before we move on, there are 3 specific moments that explain how Justin Bieber went from being a regular kid to becoming a global phenomenon. First, 2011. Justin Bieber walks onto a stage to receive an award. He tries to speak. He can't. The screams from the crowd are so loud that his voice completely disappears from the broadcast. No speech, no words, just collective hysteria. In that moment, the industry understands something uncomfortable. Justin didn't just sing anymore. He triggered emotions. Second, the famous Bieber haircut. A teenage haircut turned into a cultural crisis. Thousands of kids copying it, schools banning it, adults getting angry, TV shows debating it seriously. A simple lock of hair creating more discussion than many songs. Justin wasn't just making music anymore, he was dictating aesthetics. Third, 2010, Justin Bieber becomes the youngest artist in history to simultaneously top the album charts in the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada. At just 16 years old, he was no longer a promise. He was the face of a generation. From that moment on, Justin Bieber stopped being just a talented kid. He became a global brand. Meanwhile, his career keeps growing. New albums, collaborations, image changes that follow each new stage of his life. And then the problems start to appear. Substances, arrests, public conflicts. On the tour in Argentina, he drags a fan's flag with the microphone stand across the stage. He apologizes, but the next day, he cancels the show. Rumors say he wasn't in condition to go on stage. In Australia, another scandal breaks out. Authorities find marijuana in his luggage at the airport, and the headlines start repeating the same question: what is happening to Justin? A phrase that turns into a headline, a hashtag, and a public diagnosis. His relationship with Selena Gomez was not just another relationship, it was the most important and the most turbulent bond of Justin Bieber's life. They met when they were very young.
Selena, nice to meet you. I'm Justin. You're very beautiful. Maybe we can go out sometime. Okay, bye.
Both already famous, both growing up under pressure, both chased by cameras, by fans, and by impossible expectations. The relationship became intermittent. Breakups, reunions, mixed signals, carefully staged public appearances, and others completely out of control. Every breakup made headlines, every comeback created hope, and every conflict brought even more exposure. While Justin was dealing with fame and addiction, Selena was also going through her own emotional and health struggles. The relationship became intense, but also destructive. Eventually, Selena confirms that the relationship is over for good, and she does it in the way she knows best, through music. She releases a song that many people interpret as a direct account of her story with Justin. During a concert, she breaks down in tears while singing it. The message is clear. It was a deep love, but impossible to sustain. The end with Selena marks a breaking point. Not just romantically, but emotionally, Justin hits rock bottom. Justin admits he struggled with substance abuse. He later revealed that more than once, his medical team had to check his pulse in the morning to see if he was still alive after finding him unconscious. That's when Justin decides to ask for help. He meets Hailey Baldwin, now Hailey Bieber, at first as a friend, then as emotional support, and eventually he confirms their relationship with an Instagram post. He starts taking responsibility for his mistakes. He apologizes publicly, and he returns to music. He releases What Do You Mean and Sorry, and once again he reaches global success. In 2018, he turns to faith, looking for some kind of stability. He proposes to Hailey, and for the first time, Justin seems to find real calm. But that stability was not free of ghosts. For a long time, the name Selena Gomez kept appearing like a constant shadow. Rumors of reunions, songs interpreted as hidden messages, inevitable comparisons on social media. Hailey often found herself in the uncomfortable role of the second story. Years later, she admitted that living with that past was hard, that jealousy didn't come only from love, but from feeling like she was competing against a memory idealized by millions of people. Because Selena wasn't just an ex. She had become a romantic myth built in real time. And still, Hailey stayed. She chose to stay, to support Justin while he was still rebuilding himself. Their relationship wasn't based on scandal, but on stability. And paradoxically, it was that calm, so untelevised, so unglamorous, that marked a real turning point in Justin Bieber's life. In 2020, Justin Bieber releases Changes. The song Yummy reaches number 2 on the Billboard charts. The commercial success is there, but something no longer feels right. Shortly after, he releases a documentary where he speaks openly about his struggles with substances, about physical and mental exhaustion, and about how for years he didn't fully understand the business that was built around his name. In 2022, Justin reveals that he's suffering from temporary facial paralysis caused by Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. He appears in a video explaining his condition, showing himself vulnerable, and reassuring his fans. But that same year, he makes a decision that shocks the entire industry. Justin Bieber sells his music catalog for a figure close to $200 million, a move that, historically, is usually made by legendary artists at the end of their careers, not by someone who isn't even 30 years old yet. The sale wasn't retirement, it was a signal of exhaustion, of a need for immediate liquidity, of wanting to close a chapter. Around that time, uncomfortable rumors start to circulate. Tensions with his longtime manager, Scooter Braun. Bad financial decisions made when he was too young to understand them. Massive expenses, canceled tours, and health issues. Justin never publicly confirmed that he had run out of money, but he did admit something crucial. For years, he signed contracts without truly understanding what he was giving away. At the same time, new images begin to worry his fans. Photos where he looks very thin, worn down, fragile. Rumors of relapses start to appear again. His inner circle denies them, but the public perception is already there. Justin Bieber is no longer the YouTube kid. He's no longer the teenage idol. He's an adult trying to carry the weight of a career that began when he was still a child. Justin Bieber wasn't just a musical prodigy, he was a global-scale experiment. A kid growing up in front of millions of people, without emotional tools, without time to make mistakes in private, and with a world constantly demanding that he never slow down. His story isn't just the story of a successful artist, it's the story of what happens when fame arrives before maturity, when applause replaces care, and when the business moves faster than the person. Today, Justin lives farther from the stage and closer to silence, trying to rebuild something that success could never give him: balance. Because behind the hits, the records, and the global brand, there was a kid who just wanted to sing. This was Behind the Icon, and this was the story of Justin Bieber. If this story resonated with you, subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments which story you'd like us to explore next.